Schedules have changed now that my son is back in daycare, and I can't really take the car to the gym in the mornings because we take my son to daycare around that time. So my car chats are on pause for now, which I really enjoyed having my chats in the car. So I had to find other places to chat with you guys. So we're in the living room today. When my maternity leave was about to end, you're trying to decide what you're going to do. And there's different options that you can decide on. And it could be a little overwhelming because that is your child and you want what's best for your child. And you hear noise outside, opinions, and things like that. And those can impact your decision making on what you're going to do with all these choices. For me, I had a few ideas of what I wanted to do with my son. I knew that I was going to go back to work. And originally, we were thinking of having a nanny at home a few days out of the week. That's probably the decision we were leaning towards. There wasn't really a daycare near us that we had heard about. We live in kind of an area that's still up and coming. So there's not a lot of business on this side of town, but I was really nervous on what we were going to do. Option one was to get a nanny a few days a week, and just finding the right person is very hard. We did interview like one person, and my partner didn't really like them, and I didn't really feel great about them either. So we kind of moved away from that option, and I knew I wasn't going to stay at home with him. And we don't have family around to help us. We're kind of siloed. And I was hearing a lot about kids in daycare and how they can have behavioral issues later on in life. So that worried me a little bit. And also hearing experts say that stay with your child until 3 years old, that was a little concerning. So I was a little worried of what we were going to do. I did start looking up daycares. And then one day I got an Instagram ad that a daycare was opening up in our area. And it was a Spanish immersion, which was great because we really wanted a Spanish speaking nanny. My Spanish is decent. It's not perfect. So I'd love my son to learn Spanish as much as he can. And the daycare was new. They had other locations. So we did go visit one of the locations. It was a little chaotic for me. So I was a little nervous thinking of my child in that kind of environment, but kids are just wild creatures. But seeing it is just kind of like a little jarring. But it was kind of serendipitous that that daycare was opening up in our area because we were looking to send him to daycare at 6 months. And I was a bit worried for him. I didn't know how he would adjust to an environment like that. So when it came time to take him to daycare, we had visited the facility. We knew kind of where he'd be. So when it came time for his first day, I was a little nervous. I didn't know if I would get emotional. I didn't know how he would react. And it so happened that since it was a new school, he ended up being the first kid in his class. So amazingly, he had his first initiation into daycare all by himself with all the attention. But yeah, we went in the classroom, we set him down, he started playing, and I got a little emotional, but I stopped myself from letting it out because I didn't want to worry him. And yeah, we walked away and he did not look back. He just was playing, enjoying his life without us. So that made me really happy that when we left him, he wasn't going crazy and crying for mama and papa. So after that, he got his first week all to himself, and then another kid joined later. But he was doing so good. Like, he really enjoyed the new environment. And did way better than I would have ever expected. I'm noticing that he does thrive in like social environments and he enjoys that. I know for some kids it may be different, and I think daycare can be for specific children. Maybe some children need that extra attention at home. But I really think he is loving daycare, and that is a place he is thriving. He is learning new things. He's doing lots of different activities. I mean, it would be very hard for me to put those together for him. I'd have to research and figure out what I'd be doing, just like his meals. Like, I am struggling with his meals. But back to daycare, he is just doing so good, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy for him. It makes me happy that he's happy in a place like that. I really hope it continues for him and he's making little friends, not like they're actually playing with each other, or maybe they are. I don't know. They say that kids don't really play with each other until they're 3 years old, but I feel like I'm hearing a lot of things, and I don't think we can pigeonhole how a child develops because I think every child is different and you should do what's best for your child. I think your child lets you know whether a situation is good or bad. They're smart. They know. They react. You see how their actions are, how their emotions are, and you can tell right away whether they like what they're doing or not. And I think it's great to kind of follow that because they're letting you know how they feel. But yeah, he's doing great in daycare, and it also gives us a little breather because I'm not gonna lie, being a parent is very difficult. It takes a lot of your time. You're exhausted by the end of the day. So it's like nice to be able to kind of step away from being a parent and allowing your child to thrive in a new environment and kind of come back to yourself. And this is a time where I'm working. I can focus fully on work. I can I can think clearly and not have to worry about my son. And I know that he's in good hands. And yeah, it's just nice to have a little breather sometimes. I just want to say, like, it is a lot of pressure to decide what you're where you're going to send your child or what you're going to do after maternity leave. And try not to listen to all the noise and follow your intuition. I think we all know what's best for our own children, and we're all going to make different decisions and believe in different things. And I think when you're making a decision like this, it's good to follow your intuition. You, at the end of the day, know what's right for your child and what you want for your child, and to block out the outside noise. Like, it's just interrupting what decisions you want to make. Of course, you can listen to it and hear it out, but at the end of the day, you do what's best for your child. With that, I hope that that kind of eases your thoughts in some way. I'm just someone who's talking off their experience and by no means an expert. Go with your gut. Go with your gut. is 7:04 and we just got up. So we're gonna get ready for the gym. Let's go.